What's the good word, Jets fans? It's your boy DKB here. We are on something like a 9-game winning streak, and somehow we still aren't even losing in the right way. After losing to the Miami Dolphins this week, you would have expected to see us rise somewhere to picking between the third and fifth spots in the 2025 NFL draft, and yet we are in the seventh draft position, and that is due to a tricky little factor known as the strength of schedule tiebreaker for a lot of these teams that's competing for the top picks in the NFL draft. So with that being the tiebreaker, and for example, you're looking at about 6 teams having a 3-10 record. If you have the higher strength of schedule, right, let's say the Jets in this case have the highest of those 6 teams, then you would expect that we will be the lowest drafting position, meaning we're closer to the 10th spot than the first. Otherwise, if we had the lowest strength of schedule, we would be picking closer to 1 than we are to 10. And to put it in layman's terms, basically, if you're looking at everything being on an equal plane, if you are expected to face top tier teams and you're losing to them, that's not necessarily as bad in the NFL's eyes as you are considered trash. You're also playing trash teams, but you're losing to them. You obviously need more help. So that's essentially what happened to the New York Jets here. We kind of screwed ourselves almost, from what I gather, because we lost to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are part of our schedule. Also, a team like the Jaguars, one I believe, that bumped us up in the strength of schedule predictor or indicator, and that ended up kind of shooting us in the foot, right? But all's not lost. I think overall, you look at this team, you look at how we've been performing, and it feels like we're going to lose out the rest of the way. I think the 7th spot is maybe the floor for us right now. That's about as low as we fall to, and I think we can climb as high to the 3rd spot. Now, this draft, paying attention to some of the experts and analysts, they're extremely low on it, right? I think in a normal draft class, from what I recall, there's about 15 first-round graded players, meaning, 16 or so other guys are being overdrafted, right? It's a reach. In this case, they're even lower on this one because I believe the number was somewhere between 8 and 10 players with the first round draft grade. And you have to keep in mind that it's also a little bit abnormal when you throw in Ashton Genty, who's going to be one of the highest drafted running backs in recent memory, most likely. And then, of course, there being maybe 3 or 4 tackles somehow climbing in the top 10, Shador, Cam Ward being out there. So it's going to be an interesting mix. I'm not fully sold on the fact that we need to go out there and spend a top draft pick on a quarterback just yet. We'll see how things change as the offseason continues to go underway and progress for us. But as of right now, I feel like this is a team that you have potentially 2 veteran quarterbacks if Aaron Rodgers returns, Tyrod under contract. You have Jordan Travis, which I'm not saying is excluding us from taking a quarterback, but continue to build the infrastructure. If Travis can be the guy, awesome. He finds a way to show something for us next year, perfect. If you want to continue to add to it in a later selection, 2nd, 3rd round pick or something to compete with Travis, also cool. But one of the things that we always fail to do is we jump the gun, and it ends up killing us every single time. So I want to continue to see us build out. We have 3, maybe 4/5 of the offensive line done. You still want to try to find a long-term pairing for Quinnen. You want to find a partner for Garrett Wilson. You're probably going to need to spend assets on a tight end again. Obviously, the quarterback situation, and then the defense, a whole safety room that needs to be retooled. So there's a lot that'll go into this, but ultimately, I think either way, we're destined to have a top 10 draft pick. Doesn't feel like this is one of those situations where the Jets find a way to win 2 of these games and we screw ourselves out of being in prime position for at least one of these first-round graded talents. But let me know what you guys are thinking. I know there's some interesting names being thrown out there and connected to the Jets so far. So I'll probably be dropping videos about that in the coming week or 2, but let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you again. Peace.